Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a really simple question, but one that uncovers something pretty profound about artificial intelligence. And that question is, what does it really mean to be smart?
So let's just start with something I think we can all agree on, right? AI is just getting smarter, like every single day. It's processing information, it's learning new tasks at a speed that is honestly kind of mind-bending. You look at it and you think, wow, there are no limits here. But here's the twist. In this explainer, we're going to pull back that curtain and ask a totally different question. Is smarter the same thing as wiser? I mean, does AI truly understand the world around it? Or is it just, an incredibly good mimic, a sophisticated parrot?
So to really get to the bottom of this, we have to look at how these things, these large language models, or LLMs, actually learn in the first place. And trust me, it is not at all like how you or I learn.
Okay, so according to prompt engineer Riley Goodside, you can basically break down their evolution into three big stages. First, they were just fancy text predictors. Think of a supercharged autocomplete on your phone. Then, they got tuned with a bunch of examples to teach them how to follow our instructions. And finally, the last step, this thing called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. That's where it got rewarded for good answers and, well, penalized for bad ones, kind of shaping it to give us the responses we actually want. And this is so crucial. All these incredible things AI can do, they don't come from some deep, genuine understanding of the world. The best way to think about it is like Lego bricks. Each little skill, each capability is a single brick, and the AI just learns how to stack these bricks together to build something complex. It's assembly, not understanding.
All right, let's put this whole Lego brick idea to the test. I want to show you a problem that perfectly highlights the limits of this kind of intelligence. It's a problem so simple, you'd think it's a joke, but it can totally stump some of the most powerful AIs out there.
So researchers came up with this really clever little logic puzzle. They call it the Alice in Wonderland problem. Now let's try a version of it right now, okay? Alice has 4 brothers, and she also has 1 sister. Just take a second. How many sisters does one of Alice's brothers have? The answer? It's 2, right? He has the 1 sister, plus Alice herself. Okay, this is where it gets absolutely wild. You ask one of the most advanced models out there, Claude 3 Opus, this exact same question, and it gets it completely, totally wrong. But wait, it gets better. The AI then confidently says, I've double-checked my reasoning and I can't find any mistakes. No way! The correct answer is 2, but the AI is just blindly confident. And believe me, this was not a one-off thing. They tested these models over and over. Even the super new GPT-4o only got it right about 65% of the time. Claude 3 Opus? Even worse, less than half the time. And get this, Google's Gemini Pro? It failed pretty much every single time. A success rate of less than 1%. That's just crazy. This weird disconnect, this incredibly powerful system failing at such a simple task, it isn't just about AI. It actually tells us a lot about a very human problem, how hard it is to understand something new when you don't have the right context. I mean, think about some of the job titles we have today. You go home and tell your parents you're a growth hacker. What do they hear? They hear the word hacker, and they start to panic, right? Thinking you're into cybercrime, not, creative marketing. Or what about Scrum Master? If you're not in the tech world, you're probably picturing a sports coach, maybe something to do with rugby or cricket, not a project manager running an agile team. It just doesn't compute.
And yeah, it's funny, but it points to something really, really important. Without the right frame of reference, without the right context, even a simple title can be completely mystifying. It's not a question of intelligence, is it? It's all about having that shared context to understand what the words actually mean.
So what's the big connection here? Between an AI failing a kid's riddle and your parents misunderstanding your job title? Well, it suggests that maybe, just maybe, we are measuring AI's intelligence in completely the wrong way. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. Look, on the official tests, the standard benchmarks like MMLU, these AIs get amazing scores. We're talking 80, almost 90%. They look like geniuses. But those big flashy numbers are completely hiding these huge, fundamental gaps in just basic common sense reasoning. So what's happening is we're using tests that paint this one really impressive picture of what AI can do, but they're totally missing these massive blind spots. The AI isn't reasoning, it's just assembling answers from patterns it's seen before. And that creates this really dangerous gap between what we think it can do and what it actually understands.
Which kind of leaves us with one final big question to think about. Maybe the biggest challenge we have isn't about making AI smarter. Maybe it's about figuring out how to ask the right questions to see if it's actually becoming wise.